I don't think these are active requests, but it doesn't seem as if these requests ever disappear. It's just kind of confusing.
Okay, that's a good question, or that's a good point. Some of them are
long-standing.
Long-standing.
Like my rock climbing.
Right,
Was a year
exactly.
old.
You know?
Yeah.
Or yeah, exactly. Or you know, like constant, you know, requests. I'm not sure. I can't think of an example right now, but you know, there's definitely in the offers listing. Those are sort of the standing offers. Like I think I had a standing offer for helping with errands, you know, or there's like, you know, childcare that's sort of ongoing, that you can always go to that person. So even if it's old, you know, posted 2 years ago, that might not necessarily mean that it's inactive.
But is there a way to make it inactive?
Yeah, there is a way. You can either put an expiration date on your post, or you can just delete it.
Oh, you can delete it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't know what the delete part. Yeah, but I think otherwise the websites was fairly self-explanatory.
Okay.
I mean, once you got the concept of timed hours, it was.
Yeah. Great.
Do we know where these people live? For example, we're going overnight someplace, and we just need a person who will just feed our cats. And do we know where these people are, or we still have?
Yeah, you can see the address where they're located. Yeah.
You can even search by neighborhoods.
And we have potlucks. Not always every month, but generally around once a month or once every other month, and that's also a good opportunity to meet people face to face and talk to them more about what they are offering, or it's a nice time to kind of put out like what you're looking for, and you know, slowly you get to meet more and more people, and you kind of come to see who are the really active ones, and you know, that's you know, more comfortable sometimes than reaching out to somebody who you haven't met before.
How big are the potlucks?
The last one we had was pretty big.
Yeah, I'm not even sure,
It's
maybe,
like 20 people.
yeah,
at
20
most.
or so.
As hell is so much house. Okay. And I mean, this part is officially belongs to the armory, right? So.
This is, yeah, it's an armory site.
Okay. So I mean, I didn't know that. I mean, I noticed that hosting a potluck was a good way of introducing yourself, but I don't think many people would fit into my apartment. But so I mean, so example, would this be a possible venue, or?
Sure,
Or
yeah.
I mean, we have to go through the armory to get.
No, you'd go through us, and then we
okay.
would schedule it. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you wanted to be the host of the next potluck or something like that, just let us know, and then we can, you know, you can send out the invites and the reminders, and then we can just arrange to have it here.
Okay. Because I mean, it just seemed as if, especially the urban, I mean, I guess it's probably just specific to the crowd of the urban farmers market, and everybody had a house and a yard and space, you know, it didn't seem as if particularly targeted towards people with the one bedroom.
Well, we definitely have members that
Oh,
live in
yeah.
small apartments, yeah, for sure.
Oh, definitely. And I think it's just, you know, like it's great to have, again, a different, you know, like a lot of diversity with the community members. So, you know, there are people that have houses, but then there are people that have apartments, and you know, again, just share the resources, you know.
Yeah.
So if you want, I mean, like, if someone has a big house but maybe doesn't want to host, we can hook you up as the event coordinator for the potluck and get everything arranged, you know.
Yeah, I think I got most of my questions for you.
I didn't print out the questionnaire, but I could if you wanted to take a coffee break or something. And
have you had any, I know a lot of times with new members, they kind of are stumped as far as like what they feel like they could offer, or maybe what their requests are. Have you run into any difficulties with that, or do you have a pretty clear idea of what
No, I don't. I mean, yeah, I wasn't. I mean, in fact, one good thing about signing up is it sort of forced you to, I mean, think beyond what you I mean, typically define yourself as,
Mhm.
because you typically define yourself as the work that you do
Right.
professionally. So, but now it's kind of forcing you to think, what are the other skills that, you just sort of, your own skills that you've taken for granted, which,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it's always fun to look at what other people are offering and
Mhm.
thinking, hey, I could do something similar.
Mhm.
It's just, sometimes I think it's something that slowly I would
Yeah.
come to it, I know, for instance, I think I could cat sit, but I know that I would not dog sit.
Yeah, there you go.
So, but that's something you might learn, at some point, so, dogs are not that different from cats, for instance. So, I think I'd be really interested in, for instance, the cooking kind of things, or, maybe new kinds of cooking, for instance. This other thing, just from my side right now. I think computer tech kind of work. These are the things which I came up with, sort of initially, but like you mentioned about the rock climbing, friends and I, we often go out for hikes and things, there might be things to open up. One thing which impressed me was, we visited the LA Eco Village
Oh, great.
like a few years ago,
Mhm.
and one of the things which, I forgot her name,
Lois.
Lois, yes,
Lois.
yeah. One of the things she mentioned was that even when you do stuff, it's, she said it would always be good if you sort of advertise stuff that you, you might just go to a movie, but if you just let people know, I'm going to this movie, if anyone wants to come in, it just sort of builds community, because she said that
Exactly.
people, people sometimes just, I think there are a lot of, they're just somewhat lonely, because everybody's doing stuff by themselves.
Mhm.
Well, so I'm not necessarily thinking this in specifically, I need this thing done, but it's just more fun if you do it
Yeah,
together,
it'd be
so,
great if.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So, yeah.
There does need to be a little more of that. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, even just the hiking made me think, I love to hike, but I don't really think it's safe for me to go by myself.
Mhm.
So that's something that I'm always looking for, like people to go hiking with, things like that, that's fabulous,
Mhm.
yeah. It's good to kind of just broadcast, even.
Right, or if there's a movie that you think is really, maybe if there's a cool documentary you think that it's important to
Right.
see, but also if there's just if you're going out to a movie,
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm going out to see this and I'll meet here, or I'll pick you up or something like that, that would be
Right.
great, that's a great idea, that's really creative. Very cool. I think someone did post, that they were going camping with their family and they invited anyone to
Oh.
go camping.
That's great, really.
Yeah, it was, who did it? James Kim.
Oh,
When he first joined, I think,
Okay.
we went camping, and I
Oh,
wanted to
yeah.
go, but it was like, I just, that weekend didn't work out, but I thought that was a great idea. I'm like, oh, I hope that would be so much fun, just a group camping trip.
that's cool.
Mhm. That's excellent. I think you're gonna have a lot of, you're gonna have a really positive influence on the time bank. 'Cause again, I think
if
you,
I follow.
because I think, I think you get into a pattern, I get into a pattern of like, oh, this is the way I use the time bank. And then it's so great to have, new people jump in and say like, oh, but you could use it like this too. And then again, it opens up a whole other world and it makes it that much more rich and that much more interesting. So that's so great. Which is why we always, encourage new people to join in and to just put your spin on the time bank. It's really cool.
What about children? Do children participate also?
At the
Do you-
last
yeah.
one, actually, at our last potluck, a few people brought their kids, and it was really great. And it was the first time that the kids actually, stood up and said, "Oh, I can do these, and I have these skills."
Uh-huh.
And so a lot of them were, pet sitting, or they're like, "If you have a horse, I'll take care of it," And I think there are a few people in the community that have, a couple ranches and the Altadena area, ranch properties. So, or if you have a dog, they'll take care of it. I mean, so it's really encouraging to, again, it's no matter what age you're at, you have something to contribute, you know. You know, kids are capable of things, you know, they don't, it's like you don't turn 18 and magically you're a whole human, you know, or you don't, you know, turn 70 and all of a sudden you can't do anything anymore. It's really about, you know, what you can contribute and what you want to contribute. So we're just, you know, we're starting to do that. At the last fruit picking, I wasn't there, but there's photos. They had this big fruit picking, 500 pounds of fruit, and the organizer brought her 2 young sons, and you can see them, all these pictures of them, you know, like they're picking up the oranges and putting it in the cart. So yeah, we encourage involvement in every stage of development.